Hello guys, welcome to another video. Now this video is going to be directed towards my older audience, or well, not really older age-wise, but for those who have been with my channel for a really long time and for those who remember my animation era. So this is going to be an exciting video because I'm not going to be really talking about Therians and furries for once. So for those who liked my animations back then or who like my animations now, this is for you. So let's get into this. So a little bit of a trigger warning. This is going to include like a little bit of my life story, not really too intense, but may include mentions of depression depending on what I talk about. So just a little warning there. Let's start from the very beginning. So only those who have been with my channel for a really long time will remember back when I was called Alpha Wolf. Yes, my name was literally just Alpha Wolf. Not anything special. I wasn't even considered Alfie yet. You know, my main OC was just a gray wolf with like white eyebrows. So that was a pretty good time in my life. Everything was pretty simple. I was like slowly making more and more OCs and like gaining like a bit of a platform for myself and gaining more views. And at the time I only had like maybe 100 or so, like just a couple hundred subscribers. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm becoming internet famous. I have 100 subscribers. So I was about 13 at that time, 13 or 14. I started YouTube whenever I was 13. So around that age. Good times, good times. But overall, I had this really like goofy art style, which you can kind of see resemblance today, but it's just way better. But anyway, over time, of course, everyone's style changes in its own ways. Sometimes it changes dramatically, and sometimes you barely see any change at all. It just only improves, but doesn't really change. Well, for me, I've recently noticed after going back and watching some of my older animations, not quite from the beginning of my channel, but kind of in the middle, kind of between like the old style and like my current style, there's a spot right in the middle where it's really weird. Like there's just a timeline in my YouTube career where my animations didn't even look like mine. It was really weird. I had completely tried to change my style. I tried like the lineless thing. I tried like coloring my line art differently. I've tried having a really weird style. I don't even know how to explain it, but the reason for this is not because I was improving, and I really wanted to sit down and talk about it and kind of get it off my chest in a way, not really a vent, but just to talk about it overall. I genuinely think that I was trying to change my style dramatically on purpose at that time because I didn't like my style. It kind of reminded me of the person I was back then and how change is really difficult. So I really didn't like my art style, and I just wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be like other people's. You know, I was trying to inspire my art style off of others. So I was trying to kind of build my own thing, my own art style, and I hadn't realized yet that I already had my art style, and it was pretty awesome. I just hadn't taken the time to appreciate it yet. So for a couple of animations, they were just a really weird art style that just didn't look quite right, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it after I went back and watched those. So my newer art style is very kind of similar to the old one. I've kind of maintained pretty much the same like body shape, kind of. I don't know, I've kind of went through phases of like using like really thin lines or like making their hips wider, or like not their hips, like their thighs bigger, or like just changes overall. But overall, like the faces have maintained pretty much the same. You know, I draw noses the exact same depending on what animal it is. I draw the eyes in the same way, just to, you know, like the same way every time. And it's very like therapeutic for me. It's just my own art style that is special to me. And over the years and having that art style change and realizing that I was trying too hard, I can really stop and appreciate my art style that I was given and that I have, and I'm really proud of it. It might not be near as good as others, but it's still mine, and it's still pretty good in its own ways. I think part of the reason I also didn't like it is because it was really cutesy and just really didn't really come off as any like sad emotions. Like if I was trying to make my character look depressed, it just looked like cute depressed. Like I just wanted it to be depressed, not cute. But I guess I am pretty cute depressed, so I can't really control that. And again, with the depression, that was at like the hardest point in my life that I was trying to change that. Like there was so much drama within the YouTube community, mostly circling around me, and it was really stressful. It was really a lot to handle, so I really just didn't want to keep that old art style. I wanted to try to change things for the better. Of course, when you try too hard, then things change, but you don't like that change. So nowadays, I've just kind of learned to ignore the hate, and people need to accept that people change. No matter what they've done, people change, and I'm so glad that I could change to be a better person here on YouTube and help you guys out. And honestly, guys, it just makes my entire day when someone comments and it's like, hey, this video helped me, and like, oh my goodness. I genuinely mean it, guys. I really like to hear whenever I'm helping someone, and it just makes me feel so, what's the word? Completed. I don't even know. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but it makes me feel good inside. Fulfilled, that's the word. It makes me feel fulfilled that I did good and that I'm going to continue doing good by posting content for you. And I'm sorry this isn't like my normal content. I do want to start talking about this content more, kind of making fun of my own art, but for now, this is what you're getting. So thank you all so much for sitting here and listening and watching this video and supporting me. And thank you to my channel members, and you guys are all just so awesome regardless of how you support me. You're all awesome in every way possible. And by the way, good news, I am going to be opening a P.O. box soon. I'm not sure when, but I'm going to soon, so expect fan mail. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye!